How's it going, guys? Ryan here, and today I will be explaining how you guys can help with the project. The links for everything will be in the description in case you are wondering, so just take a look down there. Firstly, if you don't have time to help out with the project by doing art or by anything like that, we can always use support through Patreon and donations through PayPal. If every subscriber gave $1 a month, we'd be able to animate whatever we want with no problems at all. But if you do not have any money or you're unable to donate for some reason, everybody can still help by subscribing, sharing videos, and posting encouraging comments. They will help with the morale, trust me. Okay, so now we're going to be getting into the bit more heavy stuff. If you don't understand any of the terms or topics we're about to mention, don't worry about it, but what that might mean is that you'll have difficulty in trying to help us, so try and consider that before you contact us. But if you do get the general idea and have the skills for the job, we are willing to help you and teach you in exchange for your help, because we understand that you guys are sacrificing your time and your talents, and we appreciate that. So let's get started. So right here, we're in pre-production, right here. So we're just getting everything ready at this point. We're not using our team to the fullest yet, only the most important players like the lead writer or the art and sound directors. After this is done, we should be able to get into full production. That's this part below it. Every episode, we have to write a screenplay as the base. From there, we'll draw a reference for the characters and locations that appear in the episode. Then we start drawing the storyboard while the voice actors prepare their lines. We then get samples of the music and important sound effects to go into the animated storyboard, or animatic. When that's all approved, we start with the animation. First, the rough version, followed by the clean keyframes. If any 3D is necessary, the drafts would be done at this stage. The next part is where most of the work will happen. Animators will draw the in-betweens for the keyframes, while the background artists will paint the backgrounds. 3D will be finalized in this stage as well. After all the animation frames are completed, they will be handed off to the cleanup artists, who will then line it. They will then hand it off to the colorists so they can color them. After all the artwork is completed, they will be made into a composition by the visual effects artist. Finally, all the audio and visual elements will be placed together in a sequence to become a finished episode. So now that that's out of the way, I'll explain which roles we need to fill as well as what their responsibilities are. We will be accepting auditions through email at bleach.auditions@gmail.com. Please only send us one email per position, because if you send us emails willy-nilly, we may not respond. In this section, we'll be going over the roles that we need within the audio side of things. The roles we'll go over are voice actors, sound effect artists, and the composer. The general requirements for all these roles is to have recording software that exports lossless formats. To become a voice actor for the series, you're going to be representing the majority of the episode with your voice, so you will have to be high quality. This means that you'll need a good microphone and good recording equipment. There are many other places where these things are explained better, so we won't go into that here. But in short, you will need to have an XLR microphone with an interface, and Audacity, or other audio recording software capable of exporting lossless formats. Audacity is free for those who don't know, so that shouldn't be too hard. Since we're focusing on the first part of the arc, not all the roles are determined, so we can't get you the list of confirmed roles yet. So for now, send us an email and write voice actor in the subject line. In the email itself, send us a link to your demo reels, and if you've already read the arc and already know which characters are in it, you can link your auditions for those specific characters that you want to play. Please try not to audition for every character though, because things start to get a little crazy. We also don't guarantee that those characters will be the same, because some characters may or may not be included in the final series. If you've met our standards of quality, we will ask you to join. After that, we will invite you to our Discord server, where we will periodically post cast lists every time a new screenplay is completed. At this point, we will work together with you to find you the perfect role, so you can either have one already in mind and request that one, or we will suggest one for you. Now, what if you have a good microphone, but you're not feeling the whole acting thing? Well, we do have a role for you, a sound effect artist. This job requires the same things as a voice actor, an XLR mic with an interface, as well as a good recording environment. Pretty much what you'll be doing is you'll be recording sound effects for us, so say running on dirt, clothing, stuff like that, you know. If you're interested, send us an email with sound effect artists as the subject line. Post links of sounds you've recorded so we can get an idea of the quality of your microphone. Next person we need is a composer. This is a single person that makes music for the series. A lot of Bleach's original soundtracks are copyrighted, so that's a route we can't take sometimes. So if you're good at creating music, send us an email and write composer in the subject line and post links to your music. Okay, so now that concludes the audio section of roles. Now we will come to visual. The roles we'll be talking about are animators, painters, cleanup artists, and colorists, and the visual effect artists. The general requirements for these roles, except for visual effect artists, is to download and learn Krita. If for any reason the program doesn't work with your computer, we can make some workarounds with the program of your choice. Although for cleanup artists and colorists, Krita is required. Krita is also free, so that shouldn't be too hard. So, animators. Now for our purposes, we personally believe that having really clean drawings is not more valuable than having smoother animation and more frames. So that's what we're going to be looking for in our animators. We prefer someone who has really fluid and smooth animation rather than someone who does really good art. Not saying that your art ability doesn't matter though, because if you're only able to say do stick figures, but the animation is really smooth, that might make things a little more difficult. Pretty much we just need you to be able to draw something that people can work off of. There are going to be two roles in animation. There's going to be something we call assistant animator. This will be the person who takes the keyframes from the key animator and adds in-betweens. This is easier because you'll have reference frames to work with. So to audition, send us an email with animator as the subject line, post links to your animations in the body of the email, and we will contact you when we decide if you're a key or an assistant animator. If you're good at painting with brushes and values, we can really use you. We're looking for artists that can paint backgrounds and other things like 3D textures. Don't worry if you don't know anything about 3D texturing, we can teach you that as well. If you want to join, send us an email with painter as the subject. Post links of your artwork or your portfolio in the email itself. What if you're not so good at drawing, but you're actually pretty good at tracing? You can try out to be a cleanup artist. Your job is to take the animation drawings and line them. Send us an email with cleanup artist as the subject and post links of your portfolio. You will then be tested to be able to join. The last role we'll cover requires some art skills is colorists. This is the easiest job in the entire section. All you do is take the line drawings and fill them with color. You will be provided with colors, so all you have to do is copy the color from the reference. If you're interested, please send us an email with colorist as the subject. You don't need to post anything, but if you feel like it, you may post your portfolio. You will be tested to be able to join. The next role doesn't require drawing skills, but it does require an artistic eye. This is the visual effects artist. You must have Adobe After Effects CS6 or newer to qualify. Also, besides adding effects, you must be able to use JavaScript. While you don't have to be an expert, you must at least be familiar with the language. We're using several scripts to simplify the process. Last thing we want to do is have to copy and paste effects across 100 or more cuts of animation. Because of this, you'll be required to be able to make these scripts. If you're willing, please send us an email with visual effect artist as the subject. Give us links of videos that showcase your work. That's all the positions that are open at the moment, so please, if you want to help, don't hesitate to audition. If you want to audition for more than one role, send multiple emails. One for each role though, remember. Although be sure you have the time to do all of them. Last thing we want to do is overload you with work. Thank you guys again for listening to this video, and I can't wait to work with all of you. Alright, well that's it, so bye bye for now.